Blessings to everybody who will be on the live. Blessings to everybody who will be on the live, and for persons who will be watching on the playback, big up on yourself. As you enter the live stream, like and share so other persons can join us. Let me send out, share out the live. Blessings to everybody. Thanks for persons who will be joining. Bless up on yourself. For persons who will be watching on the playback, big up on yourself just the same. I don't know. Live discussion about happenings in dancehall. Let me share out the live first. Blessings to everybody. Yes, come. Yes, so what's happening, people? Alani, big up yourself. You're good? You don't know the thing, go. We're there to talk about some stuff in dancehall. We're going in the space, we're going in the place. Apostle James, big up yourself. Rock and come in, hit the like button at the door, right? That's all. I'll put your comment right there. Let me see if I can get a banner. Way right there. Yeah, man. Rock and come in. Tell them Big Papa Jackie, big up yourself, blessings. Official King, big up yourself, bro. Pete, where you going with? Eyes. Anthony Somers, big up yourself as well. You know we're there for talk about state of dancehall, what really are going in the place, as well as you don't know. Nicki Minaj drop her remix with the ladies. We have that for talk about as well. Alkaline will be performing in Canada today. We also have that for talk about. So no rock and come in as Big Papa say, man, I'm all a vibe. You don't know the thing go. Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Sitting there and drop it in the chat. So anybody want to join me can do so. So you know, people, a lot of discussions. Flashback, big up yourself. A lot of discussions have been going on in relation to some of the stuff that Footer Hype would have said in relation to Dovey Magnum's part of the song, Likkle remix with Nicki Minaj. You know, some persons are disgruntled about it. Some persons say, you know, there's a right and wrong way of dealing with things, and how we might have dealt with the situation could might be not real. In my estimation, you know, what is fair can be unfair, and even if persons come at you, if God ready for things go through the right way, nothing can stop that. Empress Fee, big up yourself, sis. You see me? So you know, persons have difference in opinion in relation to it. Some persons are say, yo, him should have just no meds that. Even if an a film thing, remember music no stop at one somebody foot. Music for everybody, it's universal. So I might not like something that you do, but others take on to it. Typically, we use an example. The young artists in the business now, not everybody might gravitate towards the trap sound or trap music, right? But it have its space and its crowd. You have persons where that them love and them gravitate to it. You might not, but that doesn't say as a result you have to beat down pan them or whatever, if you understand what me I say. Jalop Detta say big respect, blessings everyone. That's TV out on the road listening. Big love, Dovey. Big up yourself, Jalop Detta. You don't know the thing go. Pete say but him feel loud, Dovey. So as me I say, persons might not agree, right? And me not agree with it either, to be honest, you know. Alicat said Footer holding to his morals, he has an opinion on it. he express it. I understand that Alicat, but then again, we always talk about responsibility as it relates to we, especially vloggers, are persons where public figures, right? Where persons look to for stuff or sources or whatever. You have to be responsible with what you say. So most of the times, right? Even though we are humans. So that I can understand, but at the same time, there's a right and wrong way to deal with things. Cash, big up yourself, bad bro. Pete said, I love you still going anyway. Yes, so as me say, I can understand what Kat is saying, but at the same time, we have to balance the thing. So not because I fit in morals, it don't mean to say you have to stuff it down my throat. I might not believe in what you believe in. You understand? And if it is that you're going to say something that might damage somebody or somebody's reputation or whatever, it's best not say it or say to the person in private or something like that. Alicat said he and Dovey are best friends and he used to advise her. Even then could I even be our father, brother. Me no business. As this summer reach. It doesn't matter who the person is, you know. Big up yourself, Rick Storm TV, for the super sticker blessings, bro. You see me, it no matter whether or not I'm best friend or whatever, brother. Certain things just not ready. You see me? Imhotep, big up yourself, bad bro.
Yeah, not big up yourself, Ones and ones big up themselves still, you know.
Bless up, bro. Me just there I talk about the whole Dovey thing with footer hype. I am not here to disrespect anyone or disrespect footer hype or Dovey. No. Me just a talk as it relates to issues were out there and where persons saying in regards to utterances made by footer. Can remember footer say ma cut off the song, brother. That extreme for me. I don't know about anybody else. You see me? James said, but
Yeah, yeah, not. Well, he actually did. He actually did, and I'm not here to, attack anyone as well. I think as
right,
mature, intelligent people, we can have a conversation that's objective, and it doesn't
right,
have to be about attacking anyone. So, once
right.
we put our emotions aside and kind of reason about the matter from, an objective perspective, then we can break it down and
Mhm,
we can respectfully agree to disagree, because what I have realized, especially in the dancehall space, is that it lacks objectivity. It's more like personal allegiance based on whatever reason,
mhm,
like, so I saw where Footer Hype did what he said he was gonna do, because I think he played at a party last night, and
mhm.
him cut out David Magnum part, which I
Right,
think was
right.
very disrespectful, because he has no right to do that.
May I
He
agree.
he has
All right, big up
no
yourself, bro.
he has
Mhm,
no legal right to do that. Yes, him can say, well, oh, I do my thing, but at the same time,
mhm.
it's disrespectful to Dovey Magnum for him to do that. And I think him cut out an ex-female too. I don't know if it's London or whatever she
And
wanted.
London Hill.
Word. Yeah, so him cut out the two female then, because according to him, him a deal with righteousness. But at the same time, righteousness have to deal with morals and ethics. And I don't think that when it comes down to righteousness, you should be selective. Because at the end of the
Right.
day, Footer I cannot debate anybody with little sense about righteousness and win, because the receipts are out there. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
He
Right.
does not he does not stand for righteousness, because we look at all of the male artists them, right? We look at the cartel them, the Dexter Daps them, and them something there. Them man they sing both where Dovey Magnum sing both, right?
Yeah.
And you never
And
hear him a talk about say him a go cut out them on the part in a
right,
anything what
right.
him a do. So it's more like the hypocrisy for me though. Footer I cannot sit with me and have a dialogue about righteousness and prove it. He can't do it. You get what I'm saying? And what disturbs me is the fact that he says that him know Dovey Magnum, him and her a good friend and him love her, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you love somebody, you rate somebody, and you could not look at it and say, well, Dovey, you know, say, big man thing still, you know, say, me not like that party still, but you go and
Right.
good, bam, leave it there. So, you know, if you
Right.
love
Right.
and respect someone, there comes a time when you can act with
Because
diplomacy.
because at the end of the day, you know, Imhotep, Footer Hype have a voice where people listen to. So that's why I say you have to be careful of what you say, especially when you're a public figure. He's not just a mere selector where nobody don't know about. Everybody and their mother know about a Footer Hype. You see
Word.
me? So, and then the other day when the whole Bunty thing did a go on, he was one of the quiet ones. He came out and said nothing. And him saying not have nothing to say. So I am saying if something like this happen with a female who finally get the eyes on her, you
Word.
know,
Word.
maybe can spread our wings elsewhere. Why would you do that? Me not agree with that. You see me?
Yeah, that we can say that Dovey Magnum and the whole of them, Dovey Magnum, the whole of them where we know, you know, them get them flowers, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
because this is Nicki Minaj, you know, one of the biggest. You get what I say? Some people might argue, say, well, what, she are the queen because some people might say, oh, Cardi B, bigger, blah, blah, blah. But Nicki Minaj did it longer than Cardi B. I do her thing from Young Money days and, you know, we Drake them and Lil Wayne them and
Right.
them something. So Nicki Minaj thing not normal, right? Now,
Mm-hmm.
this is an opportunity for everybody on the track, right? This is something that can give them the impetus. Now we see a
Right.
Dovey Magnum nuts, and I remembered maybe a couple weeks ago, you know, we had some dialogue with Dovey Magnum. Dovey Magnum has been one who has also gotten some hate as well and some
Right. True.
marginalization. Even when
Fact.
she that come down, people I wonder if a dip she get dip and blah blah blah. Let's
Mm-hmm.
look at the positive side. I've seen recently where she went down to a Denham Town or Tivoli Gardens, right? And she said that she wants to engage more in the social development of her community. Now, if
Right.
this
Right.
opportunity presents itself, you know, we should look at it and say, yes, Dovey, we're glad for this because we know it's a year ago now. You can fulfill your dreams of social intervention in your community as well, right? We can't put
Mm-hmm.
no so-called righteousness in front of the thing because at the end of the day, there cannot be selective righteousness.
Right.
Righteousness encompasses everything all the time and it's applicable to everyone.
Right.
Righteousness does not have selectivity. You can't
Right.
cherry
Right.
pick righteousness. So when Footer Hype, I gotta say, him and her a good friend because him say out of the nine of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dovey Magnum, he's the one who is more close with, you know, him
Mm-hmm.
love her and him respect her. So if you love and you
Mm-hmm.
respect her as well, righteousness also entails forgiveness.
Right.
Righteousness
Right.
also entails allowing someone to bask in their glory. You know, if you're happy for her, irrespective of the differences of opinion, let her
Mm-hmm.
be, let her collect her roses, let her bask in her
Of
glory.
course,
Let yeah,
because I am going to use that example and not mean for cut your Imhotep, but what if me really check for you? Because remember I'm saying check for Dovey, you know, and me check for your Imhotep, and
word.
Imhotep did something in the public where maybe me not approve of, but it can be damning to him if me come out and say nothing. Me go call you one side and talk to you about it, bro. Me not go load you up out there. It give you a bad light, if you understand what I mean. Shed a bad light on the whole thing. So sick ink, big up yourself, bad bro.
Yeah, I totally agree, Nat. But at the end of the day, as well, Nat, there's a thing called intellectual immaturity. There's a thing
Mm-hmm.
called, you know, impulsiveness. There's also a thing called diplomacy. Because at the end of the day, you know, had Footer Hype, so to speak, applied the diplomacy to the situation, he could have at least listened the song even before him go on live or whatever. Listen it properly. And within himself, him can say, boy, you know, say Dovey Magnum part shaky according to him. But you me I go
Mm-hmm.
do still. Me still I go make
Mm-hmm.
she keep her flowers, you know. Right?
Right, right.
Literally, what this brother has done It's like him want take away our flowers because right now him a say what? Him redo the song, him take off them two there where him consider say boy, you know, them violate the thing according to film stance. And him have it in a dance hall a play. When him go play, him a play the part and him cut out the woman them. So even the people them who are hear it in the space, now hear Dovey Magnum and the rest of woman them. Now, come on, man, you can't lock out a woman because you don't agree with her position. That's wrong. You have no
Exactly.
right.
Yeah, I not agree
You
with
know, you
that.
can't
I
justify
not
that,
agree
brother.
with
Morally
any
and
at
ethically,
all.
that's wrong.
And then it's like him feel so good about it because it's like, you know, it's a bragging thing. Me not like that, brother. Me
Yeah,
not
and
know.
I think what happened to the fact that Nicki Minaj mentioned him and started following him, he felt empowered. You get what I'm saying? He felt
Yeah.
empowered to the point where he was reaching out to Nicki to say, Nicki, if you want the track we can play up on the radio, me have it. You get what I'm saying? I think that was
Yeah.
very, very, very distasteful because we are talking about a Jamaican female dancehall artist, right? Now,
Right, right.
you are telling me, say that's you now look on the bigger picture and say, hey, what this is a good look for dancehall. This is a good look for the females in dancehall. Because we know for a fact that the dancehall space, you know, has always marginalized females. It's a very misogynistic space. We have to admit the facts of the matter, right? Where you
Right,
have so many talented female artists who do not get the recognition in comparison to their male counterparts. So a
right.
Dovey Magnum, who she got through the struggles, she got through the fight, whatever. You understand me? I say, and she's in a position now where she can use this as a springboard for say, quote unquote, resurrect her career, so to speak.
Right,
Right?
right.
And you know, you are gonna try to hold her back. This is just it's sad. It's sad. It's sad to say the least. It's sad.
Right, right. Anthony Bryce is saying that, and the thing about it too is that Jamaicans do not voice their opinions or stand up for things when they are wrong.
Um, the thing about it is that not everyone is confident enough to come forward and say, listen, you know, right is right and wrong is wrong. And that's why you see,
Mm-hmm.
love him or hate him, you know. The thing about
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Vegas, whenever Mr. Vegas come forward and say certain things, right? Most of the people who are naysayers, they cannot challenge the argument. They cannot challenge the argument, the substance of the argument. They cannot challenge it because Mr. Vegas will come forward and say, listen, me know, this is wrong. You can't want to lock out a Jamaican female dancehall artist. Foota Hype is a
And remember,
Jamaican.
you know, this is not only being seen by just us here in the
Facts.
Caribbean, you know, it is
Facts.
international. Remember, you know, and Nicki Minaj, we are
Facts.
talking about, you know, the queen of pop, you know. If
Facts.
possible. So,
Facts.
I mean, to shed that kind of light on the young lady, I just think it is wrong whether or not are your friend. As me say, I could have even, it could have even be her father. I don't care.
But at the end of the day, Nats, what righteousness is there to defend and stand up to? There is none. There is nothing there to defend and stand up to. Because at the end of the day, you cannot say you are stand up for righteousness and it's only applicable to female dancehall artists. What to the male dancehall artists then? Which
For
male
real.
dancehall artists we are singing about the same thing? Dovey Magnum put it couple lines in a one song. You have male dancehall artists very popular, well loved and
True.
like. We're sing worse than where Dovey Magnum sing, and Foota I never yet locked the gate on them.
Right,
But
right.
now he might come forward when Dovey Magnum and the rest of them in a bask in a them glory. You understand me? I say, yes, this is a good look. And you are going to try if you shut her out because of your position. So we want to know if at the end of the day, the so-called righteousness is only applicable to the females in dancehall. And
True.
anybody who defend Foota Hype, then need to answer the question. Why is it that the male dancehall artists who sing the same thing and say the same thing, who are very popular, why is that not applicable to them as well?
Yeah, because it is unbalanced though, because a lot of males sing when they want to woman who did not show it and all sort of something and them go on with themselves. And persons no seems to see anything at all wrong with it, or maybe foot hype because him are the subject at and now. Him no seems to have anything, him no find a fault with it, but a female can. Me not understand this thing, because it not equal any at all.
It doesn't make any sense. Not. It does not make any sense from a logical perspective, and even from a so-called perspective of righteousness, it does not make any sense because at the end of the day, he is only targeting female dancehall artists, and it's very evident. It is very, very evident, and you cannot try to defend the indefensible because at the end of the day, all the male artists, them you call them name, the biggest in a dancehall industry, are saying these things.
Right.
And we don't
And
see him say him want cut
because,
and face and cut
because,
out.
because, all right, if we are going to talk about what Bunty do and Bunty this and Bunty that, and we talk about Bunty, but I see him thing for type and do to the female now. I see him kind of gatekeeping thing. What's different? What is so different about it?
Yeah, and the sad reality is that he feels so comfortable to nonchalantly admit that he's a gatekeeper and he's doing gatekeeping. That's a sad reality, because sometimes social media can gas us up. We have some people who, they will stay with us and stick with us based on our position. But at the end of the day, if you're gonna support a position and you're gonna deal with morals and ethics, you cannot support a selector or anyone at all where I'm gonna try to lock out a Jamaican female dancehall artist who
And another, no, I don't get me wrong, people. If the female did do something low, I could understand, But she not do nothing when nobody else wouldn't do. Me not understand. What is so wrong about what she did do? That's my question.
But not can we say that the males, the very dominant males in dancehall, are not singing this?
We can't say that. Apparently everybody has sing it.
Not when even the Skeng and Nicki Minaj version didn't Skeng sing about the same thing where Dovey Magnum sing about?
Of course.
All right, so where is the, all right, so are we to say that this is only applicable to the females in a dancer? That's the question we would love to ask.
That's a very good question.
Because we cannot, we have seen in the dancehall space where the females, them, it hard. It is very challenging. It's very difficult for them to break out.
God.
You understand what I say?
Look well, we are go talk about both she and Pamputi.
Word.
Look how long them in there fight them battles. So why as them get an opportunity to showcase whatever talent them have, and try to see how best them can benefit from the traction they are getting now. Somebody should go there and try to,
tear them down or stop them
down,
or take with them flowers. It's sad though. It's sad. It is very sad, whereas people can think that it is okay for that to be done. Exactly. That's a sad reality, because at the end of the day, there's the absence of intelligence in the discussion. It's more of emotions. It's like a man who hold a position and I say, yo, a righteousness me a defend. But your righteousness is only applicable to the females then.
And applicable to persons. Can we come out and talk about other persons? But when you come on to, remember the other day, strong story out there, and him say him not have nothing to say about it in relation to the whole Bunty thing.
Him could not even say. I could not
but
even say.
That because him say him have Bunty do him a lot of good as well as bad. Obviously, him have a level of respect for Bunty. Nothing is wrong with that. But is it safe to say that even though him must say him and Dovey a friend or whatever, You know, respect her. Cause if in the
But them
respect her, you
can't be
never do
friends.
that.
No, no friend, no friend, no. That's why I say Foota even expose himself to being a hypocrite there, so. Because you can't say you and somebody a friend and you have a lock the gate pan them or even a try to lock the gate pan them. You understand me? I say me
Right.
not talk about the next female when lock up. Me I talk about Dovey Magnum, a Jamaican dancehall artist, because me I talk about dancehall.
Right.
You understand me? I say
Right.
and a female Jamaican dancehall artist, right? Now you are telling me say you and somebody a so-called friend, and out of everybody you want to lock out the person who you claim to be the closest to you. Remember, out of everybody else, him say a Dovey Magnum, him know, and him love Dovey, and them reason and this and that. And she get her flowers now. And out of everybody, you choose to take with her flowers right now. No,
Right.
man,
Right.
that's crazy. Nuts, it's
Um,
crazy.
Courtney Hall is saying that you guys need to stop making footer relevant. Who give him any title to gatekeep dancehall? The male artists are put out more trash music, pushing freakiness and violence on our society. What do you think about that, Imhotep?
Yeah, at the end of the day, we are in a social media space, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
listen to me, it's all about attention. Attention is currency. So at the end of the day, Foota Hype, because of his connection to the dancehall space and who he
Mm-hmm.
was affiliated with, he's going to have that attention, whether we like it or not. So we can't
Yeah.
dismiss that. You get what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
And that's not
Mm-hmm.
the objective to say, oh, we should not recognize Foota or nobody not see him. No, that's not how social media works. That's not how the dancehall space works. Foota Hype come from Bounty Killer and Alliance them days. So you're going to always
Right.
have a certain kind of people who are going to subscribe to theme thing, whether we like
Right.
it or not.
Why not? Fuck.
The reality is that we should be able to stand up and say right is right and wrong is wrong. You
Right.
follow what I'm saying, Nats?
Yes. Yes. That
So,
is true.
truth be told is that whether we ignore it or not, right, it does not change the price of rice as it relates to his social media following. Once of
Right.
all, and Nicki Minaj start liking thing and start follow him and him, he's basking in that glory that has given
Right.
him some added ammunition as well to say, yeah, man, the king, the queen coming at the king palace and way. So listen, now we can't deny that, but what we are here to say is this. This argument is not about Foota Hype. It's about a female dancehall artist, right, who has been
Right.
through thick and thin, trying to say bask in her glory. She get her flowers and a meal where I try to take her flowers, but at the same time, he's not applying the same criteria to the male dancehall artists who are saying worse than her. That is just my bone of
Exactly.
contention.
And if you say you have a certain level of morals where you keep, brother, you have to keep it balanced no matter what. You understand? Big Papa, big up yourself, bro.
I guess morning.
Yeah,
What
man,
going
up
though?
big papa.
One on
Big up
one.
yourself, brother.
What going. Hey, I guess my thing still. I guess that the saying that says the girls can do what the guys do and still be a lady holds true in this instance as far as Foota is concerned. Because men get up and sing about which part in a woman yes they want to put them thing every day. And
True.
the the same person where we are talking about play them song in a party and collect money, pull up half of them, but it is no problem. Now the woman sing what she sing, what she want put in her mouth, and it is a problem. It goes as far as you take the responsibility on your shoulder as the moral police of dancers that you
Mhm.
cut out the woman verse out of the song
Facts.
because it doesn't please your ego or what you are
Facts.
say you are do. And then to me a pure economics because remember he made a pitch that Nicki
Mhm.
Minaj, if you want real man, we Ray link me. So I'm economic. I saw me in a look at piggyback, in a try piggyback as far as I'm concerned. After the woman the success, But I'm entry that.
And yeah, I totally agree. And it should not be on the basis of tearing down, a fella sister. You get what me I say? especially somebody that you said that, oh, you know, you care for and you know, right? Recently, right? Recently, last night, when he was playing the song in the party, right? Him tagged Spice and the rest of them. You understand me? I say?
Mm-hmm.
Spice, who him and I go at it. According to him, Spice style him and this him. According to him, Spice make them take away him Instagram page and blah blah blah. Right? And him a tag Spice, but at the same time, him a tear down Dovey Magnum, who him claims I'm friend. Couple months ago, everybody
Yeah,
not
we
say what
can't
Foota Hype and
understand
Spice
it,
are
man.
enemy.
And if him being that him say him and Dovey are friend and all of that. Remember, I know him say him know the fight where Dovey go through in the industry. So
Word.
why add to it? Me not understand that.
Word.
Something about that does just don't sit right
No,
with me. You see me?
no, but dancehall full of them something there because we have another dancehall artist that is now a blogger that has the same opinion. And we not hear him take on it. We do the same thing we put a do. It's a selective morality. Selective
Facts.
where and not selective morality. Let me say gender bias morality.
Misogyny.
Yeah, the moral is skewed to one side. You know, you support everything that the males do, but when the female do it, they should be stoned and cast away. You know,
Facts.
kind of
Right.
stay away still.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a level playing field. It's not a level playing field because truth be told, we have never seen this being done to a male dancehall artist. Never,
Yeah.
never.
When you
We
have
have
a
never
talk big
seen
papa
this
you
done.
unmute, we realize the one feedback that come off you and Imhotep. So when you're ready to talk, just unmute and talk. Go ahead, Imhotep. Who did that talk?
No man. What I was just saying, Nats, is that
Mhm.
we have not seen this towards the male dancehall counterparts. Because remember, it's really mostly the males them push the kind of narrative, yeah, in terms of what them want to do to the woman, them
Mhm.
and them something there. So if a
Right.
woman I say that she like, I mean, me not see what the problem. Then the next big hypocrisy is that even Nicki Minaj latest song prior to the this one, right? Freak.
Mhm.
Freak I talk about, she I talk about everything where Foota Hype is against.
No,
But
but
he is happy to say, well, the queen come home to the king palace. And he knows that the queen is a super freak. Nicki Minaj, if you listen to her music and you know Nicki Minaj music, Nicki Minaj talk about worse than what Dovey Magnum talk about. Nicki Minaj talk about Rona, Dessa, Rona, East, West, North, and South.
and not to pry into his private affair. Has he ever gotten his thing placed in a lady's mouth?
Um,
Because if you're
People
so
have the
morally
receipts.
correct, if you're so morally correct and them the thing they forbidden, you should not have gotten that. Will you come out to say this has never happened to you? Have never desired such pleasure or disgusting behavior? Can you say that with a straight face?
Good question, Big Papa. Very good question. But but just highlight the hypocrisy in a dancehall and why dancehall can better because all right, this and the hypocrisy is so huge because this thing happen now and everybody get them part and them do them thing. And me I gonna make reference now to highly favored by God say Foota always have problem with female dancehall artists once you're not doing what he claims he's about. Empress Fee claims say it's because Nikki is a Trini Yankee, so it is different. What's the difference though? But I'm saying, right? Everybody get them. I'm gonna make reference to Spice post because she made a post in relation to the whole song and she tagged everybody except Duffy Magnum. Wanna think about that?
No, but women, for me, women always have them internal fight and them internal whatever. So maybe she and Dove in a deal. So she tag who she want tag, so who she no want tag, she not tag. Me not say nothing wrong. Me not think Spice would have fight against when
No, but
Duffy
in
accept this.
remember, I promote the song, at the end of the day, everybody get them part, get them cut and everything. And when you do that, you not think it'll show some form of vibe, despite the vibe,
Facts.
because me
Yeah.
know in the hip hop industry, them say if once persons are gonna do business, a business, brother, they no business, but whether or not one few they are going down a one part, you know?
But
And
not.
nuts. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Big Papa. And
Yeah.
the same should be applicable to dancehall artists as well. When it comes down to business, it requires diplomacy. It doesn't
Right,
require
right.
the emotional impulses. It does not require that. Now, Spice came out and did an interview recently where she was talking about some sex demon nonsense. It was just nonsense
Yeah, me
because
man of that.
it was just nonsense. Truth be told, like I'm not here to bash or anything like that, but her talking about incubus and succubus, that's just garbage. It's rubbish, right? Dovey Magnum, criticize her for that. You get what I'm saying? Now, for her to tag everybody else except Dovey Magnum, that cannot look good because at the end of the day, if 9 artists do
Somebody
a
is
song,
saying that, cause we love to keep it balanced.
word.
Somebody is saying that highly favored by God say, Dovey didn't tag her first.
No,
Yeah,
but
and I'm
but
saying
but on the real
that's
now.
fine.
So it
That's
is for
fine.
both parties.
But either way,
Right, both
Dovey wrong
parties.
too. Dovey wrong too.
Right, both
Not
parties.
Dovey is wrong as well because if Dovey don't tag her, it a go look shaky. If Spice don't tag,
Right.
if Spice ever tag everybody else and don't tag her, that's wrong. So
No,
me not
but
gonna
but
say
but
two wrongs make a right one. Yeah, so
but what's the
both of
purpose
them
of tagging?
wrong.
What in this
Right, that's
incident?
so.
What's the purpose of tagging? What's the purpose of tagging?
You mean, remember, promote is a
So
business.
so so if them
Promote,
if,
yeah,
if
promote the
them
thing.
not tag each
If
other,
you listener, if you all right, separate the song drop and
mhm.
everybody has see the vibe, but you know feel like say it a go shed a bad light on the whole situation. It all a
No,
go
but
take you from the song because people are go start talk about where because from then see that it reach over pink wall. Everybody a talk about who tag who from who not tag who.
but not.
People all stop talk about the song. So me just highlight some things, brother. Business are business,
No,
and if
but
a
not.
play thing a play
Not.
thing. So me
Not.
wouldn't say not have nothing to do with
I did not say no. I have nothing to do with the song. What me said is that Spice up on the song. Spice up promote the song, which promote the song. The song encompass the 9 ladies, right? With
right.
Sketch. So if you tag one person in it and that person, our follower that sees it, it is promoted. She can unpromote the song. Even if Spice step on it, she can introduce Dopey to our audience. It can't go no way, no other way.
Fee is saying that in relation to what the brother said earlier, Big Papa and Imhotep, when him did I say Dovey didn't tag her first, Fee is saying that Dovey didn't tag anyone apart from Nikki and Skeng. It wasn't like she tagged all the other ladies and not Spice, unless me never see. Either way, it looks shaky on both ends.
Yeah, but not anyways, not to sound like an apologist though, because me listen the reasoning of some of the artists who were on it, and some of them never even know who did they on it from who they on it before it come forward in our way, right? So can we say that at the time when Dovey did tag Nikki and Skeng, it was when them reach out to her and she do fear thing without knowing the rest of females and pan it. All right, fine. Let's just say that's not the
No
case.
man, after the song drop,
All
should
right,
have made
fine,
a post.
fine, fine, fine.
Should
So
tag both
let's
of them.
just say,
Tag no ladies any at all. Big up
all right,
yourself,
fine.
Lady Anne. Lady Anne said them not talk, but she could tag her. Yeah, man,
All
continue.
right, fine. So what I'm saying is this, no, right? The tagging thing for me, tagging someone, especially a person, who is of a certain stature, it carries weight. You get me? I say.
Right,
You know,
right.
you can tag somebody who might have 100 followers and turn about no business. And you tag somebody who have, 25 million followers and, that carries weight, it carries clout.
True.
No, listen, Spice not tagging Dovey Magnum and tagging everybody else, whether we like it or not, it's going to raise eyebrows. Questions are going to be asked. All right, fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. That's social media. That's the social media space. If I am in
Right.
a collab with 9 artists and I tag 8 and I don't tag one, you know what's gonna take over the whole conversation? Why was that person not tagged? That's social media. That's how it
Right,
operates. You get what
right.
I say? So we
Um,
can't deny that.
Monica David, she's saying that, so why nobody not talking about old Dovey this Spice over TikTok days before the song drop? So why would Spice tag her? Dovey always at this Spice. Spice is protecting her peace. Lady answered Dovey always saying bad things about Spice.
Yeah, and that's nuts. And what
Mm-hmm.
me I say is that you see, I don't want this to be a Dovey Magnum Spice thing because we are talking about Dovey Magnum. Spice now shut out Dovey Magnum. Spice is not the one coming out and criticizing Dovey Magnum verse. Spice is not the one splicing things or whatever. So, like the narrative for me is really
Mm-hmm.
what Footer Hype has done to Dovey Magnum. Spice and Dovey them can sort out them thing because it takes maturity, it takes diplomacy, it takes the
True,
business
true.
acumen to put your emotions aside and just deal with matters from a business perspective. My issue is not with the back and forth with the both of them because that's
Right,
fine.
right.
That's women
Mm-hmm.
and them can have them differences. But
True.
Spice now out there are tear down Dovey Magnum. We not see Spice at all
Exactly.
about
Fuck,
Dovey
fuck.
Magnum part shaky and she no want the pan that part there and cut out that part there. So the little back and forth on social media, that's fine. Me not a problem with that because at the end of the day, it's women, them have them emotions, them have them reasons, so that's fine. My problem is the attempt of someone to shut her out when she
Mm-hmm.
is basking in her glory. And just that me I talk
Right.
about.
Yeah, that's true. Birdman, big up yourself. Highly favored by God. Say exactly. I'm taken away from what Footer did. No man, it not have nothing to do with taking away now. It is a conversation and we just a converse about different aspect we're already out there where people are talking about. You see me? Yeah.
No, well, pretty much not. Maybe she's saying that she's appalled or disappointed, as to what Footer I did because at the end of the day, it's not morally correct for him to do. He has no moral right whatsoever to try to undermine or discredit her contribution to the track.
No, but the man is trying to elevate himself, and we have this culture in Jamaica. So, in order to elevate me have to put you down. Because remember, this man spoke out of his own mouth that him willing to work with Nikki in some capacity.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember, him say, I know, we are make it up or speculate, He said it. So, I put down the little girl to elevate himself.
Right. 132 persons on the live, 45 likes. People like up the live stream. Pick up on
Yeah, man.
yourself.
Rock and come in
Continue.
and do the thing.
Right, let's go.
Yeah, man,
Continue.
do the
Big
right thing.
papa. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So it's just that he might try to tear her down and put himself in the middle of it. You know, I'll something that part they hurt me most. Cause everybody can have opinion on everything. The cutout part and the part where him go far, go say, yo, Nicky, if you want, link me, Ray. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Yeah,
It's
and
like
then
that
now,
person have some bully for something. I said the same thing with Duffy saying, oh, you're willing to work with that person, but you're willing to condemn the girl for saying something.
Big Papa, Big Papa, Nicki Minaj go way worse than where Dovey say. And a joke thing, family. When even the song when he Freak, where she put out recently, family, it way worse. Nicki Minaj have a Breakfast Club interview, family, when she had talked about some things where we In general, we would say, boy, I know that shaky bad. See, I talk about round and rear and all them something there. But that's okay for Footer. Footer make it clear, Footer say, him problem is with dancehall. So what Footer says that him no care when nobody want to sing about and say, as long as I'm a dancehall, it coming up.
So,
You understand what I say? No, me
Nikki,
no understand that.
so Nikki, what did Nikki do? Cross into dancehall or dancehall cross into Nikki?
That's a very good question.
S. McDonald says Spice knew Dovey on the song. Nikki said she talked to Spice throughout the process and Spice approved. Spice said everyone on the song did well.
Yeah, and as me said, Nats, this is not about Spice and Dovey. We know the social media space there, and there is a conversation in that regard. I am not really that invested emotionally in that conversation. My issue is the attempt to undermine, discredit, and sabotage a fellow Jamaican and a fellow person in a dancehall. As someone who is affiliated with dancehall, Footer hype, yeah, it is wrong. It's wrong.
And my thing is that me not getting a no woman fight. As a man, it best me stay far. Women have got them own little woman in them own little world, them have them own little way of thinking about things. When me and you would have see as mustering woman see it as this and them vex with each other for that, me not getting at that. And
Right.
then when the big long tone grey man take you up on himself, I try discredit the woman and I try replace the woman. And that's my problem.
And this is a moment that's unprecedented for even a Dovey Magnum too, because this can give her the impetus as well. You get what I say? People can now know, say, all right, who don't know her might say, wow, who's a Dovey Magnum, and then can check out our music. So this is an opportunity for her growth as well. You get what I'm saying? It's an opportunity for all of them where they pan it. Yeah, we know say Spice a queen of the dancehall and yeah, she out there and whatever, but it is still an opportunity for all of them because them do a thing with Nicki Minaj. And it's a good look for the dancehall space. The Trinidadians, them are gonna say what? It's a good look for soca as well. So what I'm saying is that all of this negativity that Footer Hype has created just to fulfill his personal agenda. It's just abhorrent. It is. It is. Him can't defend it. And he cannot use no moral compass to defend it. He cannot.
Right.
Because he's gonna be proven to be a misogynist. Because the moral compass is only applicable to the female dancehall artists.
Lady and is saying I don't think Spice have that power. Spice can only say she's not working with Dovey.
And Spice would never say that in this collab. We know
True.
that too. Spice now go pull no rank because say a queen Nikki that. So at the end of the day, if Nikki ever say, all right, Spice, well, never leave it out, where you think I go on? You understand me? I say, so she not go pull no rank that way there. But what I'm saying is that, it's not about, say, Spice and Dovey, and we see, say, the 9 of them come forward and do them things. So clearly, in no matter where nobody did say, or even if there was any thoughts of, say, me not go work with that person there, it never happened. So let's just deal with the reality, say, them depend it, but at the same time, you have a man who have an agenda against a fellow female dancehall artist. Not against the male them, not against the cartel them, or the Dexter Daps them, or the Gage them, or the wall them, we sing about them something there explicitly.
Right.
Never hear him come out and burn out Dexter Daps or cartel or them and they say, yo, Ray. Or I do a review and say, yo, me I cut out the party and this me go play a dancer. No. But what the man do, him cut out 2 of them and a 7 of them him a play pan film track. Why is that not applicable to the males in a dancehall where I sing about that more than the females?
Camille Witter is saying that I wonder if Aishana did sing it, would Footer remove her verse from the song? Lady B Unstoppable said, I think Footer said that because he wants to get a feedback. He knows that if he's negative, he'll get the attention.
Not necessarily. Not necessarily because Lady B Unstoppable, big up yourself. You would be insinuating that most of us feed off negativity. You know, there are many types of us out there, and some people will feed off the negativity. Some people are objective, and some people hold their position. You get what I'm saying? So, truth be
Yeah.
told, not all of us are gonna sit here and feed off the negativity. We are looking at the reality of things and the morals of the story, whereas he has no right to try to lock the gate. Pandovi
Right.
Magnum.
Right. And then when you look at it, Imhotep, you know how these ladies, these females continue to talk about the struggle where them have to go through to even get limelight as it relates to dancehall and get them talent and them music out there. And for know say you know all of that, but yet still you're the one, for add fuel to flame. It's sad, man.
Yeah, Nat, especially the fact that Footer Hyde and Dovey Magnum have a special relationship, so to speak. In comparison to the nine of them, Footer Hyde has said that what? Him and Dovey Magnum is the closest. You understand
Right.
me? I say him say
Mm-hmm.
him and Dovey Magnum the first time he meet her, they might bump heads, but after that they became friends. Me never see a post where Dovey Magnum about not Footer Hyde yet, but nothing at all.
Talk no
So,
man.
so I would like for Footer Eye to justify why he would want to tear down somebody where him say him know and respect. Because remember, Footer Eye know Dovey Magnum son and know Dovey Magnum personal life to an extent. She is a fighter. She has got through her struggles. She got through this. She have her ups and downs. She have bumps in the road. So now,
Right.
when she see the light at the end of the tunnel now, why it's inconceivable as to why you would even want to black her out based on your personal feelings. That's the problem you have.
Yeah, man, big up everybody, big up
Bless up
yourself,
yourself,
Just
Cash.
Yeah,
Thanks for
man, big up
joining.
yourself, Cash.
And
big up.
anybody in the comment section will feel so moved and want to join the discussion and be a part of the panel can always click the link in the in the below in the chat and join us. You can go ahead, Cash.
I'm on big up, Tip. So I say
Big up, Cash.
this is just another typical case of bad mind, that it come down to me still because if not just bad mind, but put have him own selfish intent when him say them things, yeah. Because if Dovey just do a regular song and he never did get no clout like this, I don't think Foota would have come sing on. But because this song is attached to a lot of cloud, why not? But it and in find something for burn out in that song. So I go burn it out. And that I got equal to attention and viral as him call himself viral. That's it. But I think it does unfortunate say um such a big opportunity like this and one of the main contender them in the thing I bash it instead of I push it, you know what I say? The
Right.
collective effort. So it
Facts.
just make the same thing when him a complain about Jamaicans I get blackballed. Him a one of them a blackball Jamaicans. So him
Exactly. So it's a part of the whole good gatekeeping
yeah,
team.
exactly. So it's the same thing him a complain about, him a contribute to it. So I don't know, he's a weird guy.
Yeah, and Cash,
Man.
trust me. You see, Footer's action is the epitome of what dancehall is. And that's the reason why
Yeah.
people will say that dancehall, was in a state of regression. Our dancehall is in a state of regression in terms of the quality of the content, the artists that are getting the exposure and things like that. People can say in comparison to the early days of dancehall, dancehall is in a state of regression because when you look on a Shabba ranks and them man back in the days, they had a lot of clout in the US North American market. You get what I'm saying? They
That's
could
true.
pull some good numbers. They got some very good support. And why is it that our Jamaican artists today, right, are not pulling that clout in the North American market? People can say, well, dancehall is in a phase of regression due to the poor lyrical content. But at the end of the day, dancehall and some of these producers, some of these selectors, they are the ones tearing down the genre. Footer Hype is no exception because this is an attempt to sabotage and undermine a fellow dancehall artist when we should be promoting the genre and say, well, listen me, this is a good look for dancehall. The females, them were upon it, who no take this and just ride a wave here.
All right, one comment in the comment section, me go read it, or no can address it. Winston Phillips, he is saying that good day. I have no problem with what Footer said. Footer is free to speak his mind. Nasty lifestyle has no place in dancehall. Burning out dirty sexual act is not just Footer agenda, it's more Jamaican.
Uh,
The brother there, is a hypocrite.
well, I would ask him this question, right? Because me not have no problem if that's his position.
Yeah, me
My
not have a problem
question
either.
is, why is it only applicable to females?
Or to a
Because we're
particular
good for the
person.
goose, we're good for the
Good
gander.
for the gender
So why
or
You
a
is
see,
only
particular
females
person.
alone?
the person if you have a answer overall.
Have
Cause
a what?
me never know when since bit dancer are this moral thing where righteous and all of that. Me not understand it. Me not understand it.
Um, Cash,
What
Cash.
I would have to say in relation, cause she a break up for some reason, I don't know why. What me have to say in relation to Winston Phillips comment, it happens not only with a Dovey Magnum. So why specify she? So many different artists. If you check out all of the young boy them right now, where artists will come out and them and sing. If them not talk about get them wood so, them not feel good. So what is so special about a Duffy where a man go call out and not call out the rest? That is my problem and my issue with it.
All right. Nuts within the past 20 years, right? Because people can say, well, a baby sham did come forward and say, well, a which girl I say she now, I think people don't say, well, him kind of open the gate for that kind of music there. You get what me I say? Now, for the past 20 years, where has dancehall have a moral compass? That are the question we would have asked that person that made that comment. For the past 20 years, where in dancehall was there a moral compass? Where and when?
Myself more I know which moral compass I use, brother. Like, more I know, cause me not know how this thing are going on. But me can't not hear me still break up.
Yeah, break up, but may I hear a little better now.
So my question is this now, right? So
Yeah.
the moral compass is only applicable to a person's sexual orientation, and that I want to know.
And if more want to people 160 odd persons on the live, we not reach 100 likes. Like the live stream, please and thanks. Bless upon yourself as
Do
you
the right
enjoy
thing.
discussion. Right. Do the right thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so nuts. The compass.
Mhm.
You see a compass, nuts, a compass goes 360 degrees.
Yeah.
So a compass encompasses everything. A
Right.
compass is objective, it's not subjective. So my question is this now. Is the moral compass only applicable to a person's sexual preference or based on them orientation? Because it don't make no sense the whole of we I come and I stand up say, oh, if a woman sing about this and that, yeah man, or Aisha come talk about equal rights, yeah, we burn it out way. But at the same time,
Mhm.
man, we are talk about say, yo, lick out boy head and this and that. the moral compass is not applicable to that. So are we being selective and subjective as it relates to the moral compass in a dancehall? And tell me when there was ever a moral compass in a dancehall. That's the question I would like to ask, and I would like to get a good answer from that. Where has there been
That's
a
true.
time in a dancehall where there has ever been a moral compass? Remember, say when the
I
bugle them
agree,
and the whole them a come
100%.
forward. Up here, man, I talk about what? Man, I sing about all 2-year-old and them sitting there 2-year-old. Me love it. Come on, man. Man, I sing about say, yo, you know, lick out head back and whatever, man. Come on, man. Where was there ever a time when there was no moral compass in a dance hall?
I agree.
That's an argument we would like to have a discussion with her. To those who are of that position or persuasion, tell us
And
when there was
and
ever a time.
I want to say, I would want to know the answer to the question myself, you know. Like to foot a hype, I would ask foot a hype the same question. But my understanding in itself, morality is a subjective thing overall. You see me? So is it that something acceptable? Some things are acceptable in dancehall. In dancehall, is it that something acceptable?
All right, let me mute him. Person with just call in, me can't pronounce her name. Mute the live stream where you listen to so that we don't get a feedback, and then you can unmute and talk. Continue, Cash.
Yeah, as I said, the whole topic about morality is very subjective. But as it comes to dancer, is it that dancer have certain rules and certain morality, but different from the morality in a society? For example, where foot type I say, is it okay for man them sing about it, but it morally wrong for the woman them sing about it in a dancer?
Cash, you remember Cecile's song?
Which one? Do it to me, baby song?
You know, like what changes I've been going through and whatever. You get me? I say, remember in her family, she got some backlash for that, you know. Where you see even Elephant Man come forward and sing about it and all them. Remember in the family, whenever the females them come forward, right, and stand them ground, the male counterparts always try to attack and tear them down. When it comes down to the male counterparts in a dance hall, there is no morality that's applicable to them. So,
Right.
I tell you, the hypocrisy is so blatant, it's so evident. The morality is only applicable to the female. And why is that so?
Check.
All right, the new caller.
Yep.
New
Can you hear me?
caller.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you.
Okay. Bless up everybody.
Bless
Yeah,
up
man, bless up
yourself.
yourself, man.
Yeah, man. About 20 minutes ago, I joined and I kind of hear the discussion, and it's very intriguing. As it relates to the whole moral compass situation within the music, I think it comes from life itself, you know. I think it comes from the reality of the world, you know, because as you can know, from ever since, if history is anything to go by, it's always been a male-dominated world, and males in any sector, in any facet of life, males have always been the dominant species, then, so to speak.
Facts.
And it's always, and we tend to bring that in every situation. If you know, in music, especially modern contemporary pop music now, genres that have females are fairly new, and in terms of becoming on the rise. You get me? I say, and becoming dominant force within within the
But not
genre.
for cut them in general. But if in the other genre, the males and the females them equal, them sing about the same thing. Nobody now bash nobody
Yes,
because
but
this have
at the,
nothing to do with dominance.
no, but
In
at the
this
same time,
particular.
all of those genres went through that. All of those
Not
genres.
necessarily, family. Not
Yeah,
necessarily. When you look at reggae, Marcia Griffiths and them people, no, they never went through that. If you look at even the American market, the Diana Ross them and the Thelma Houston them and all those females, right? During the 60s and 70s and 80s, they never
And
go through it. So,
you're
you know,
saying you're
dancehall
saying
is the only space.
No, you're saying that females were given all of these females. If you have watched their biographies and you've seen the struggles that they went through for just being a female in any industry at all they have entered. You've seen the struggles. In dancehall, it
Yeah,
might be different because it's coming from a
yeah,
moral compass. But
yeah, yeah.
if you look, all the females in these musical industries have to go through some struggles simply because them have a vagina between them legs.
Yeah, them got through struggle,
People,
but the struggle. Hold on.
the struggle is just different,
Yeah,
but
but
it's the
I
same.
talk about, I talk about, we not talk about the struggles right, at the moment. We talk about a specific struggle. So a lot of them struggle, and the struggles them different. But we
But,
talk
but,
about a specific
but
struggle at the
the
moment.
struggle might be based on the society that you're in, because then we are in a Jamaica now. All right, we known we are where I say people that say we're late in terms of accepting certain things in our society, homophobia, all of these things. We are them say we're behind. These
No, you know,
societies, these societies have accepted these things long time,
it's not
What
that what I know.
oral sex and all of these things. So we are kind of catching up in terms of the acceptance of these things. So when you find a female coming forward now who already have got through a struggle for just being a female coming into the industry and then saying things that are controversial, you find that yes, she's going to get a fight, because our society would say that we are behind in terms of accepting certain things. You understand? And we believe that we're
I use the word accept. Me not like the word.
what do you
Well,
mean? It's
family,
not enough liking the word, brother. It's what
family,
the word applicable.
I'm gonna say accept either.
your family. It's more of.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, family. All right. Yes, we understand that there is a patriarchal, misogynistic society as it relates to dancehall music. So let's just stay in the sphere of the dancehall space, right? It's very patriarchal and it's very misogynistic. Now, truth be told, all the way, some people are come and stand up and a defend and a burn out. I go on a dancehall from the inception. It's just that what? Some man never talk about it like that. Some man never bold enough to come forward and, be brave with that. Right? We saw, I think Baby Sham was what, 97, 98 when he come forward and him say something like that. He never get a backlash like that though. Straight up. You get me? I say, even though that was taboo in the dancehall space, but those things were prevalent in this society. We understand that the dancehall space reflects a certain demographic, like poorer inner city ghetto youth or poor people in general. The dancehall space reflect that, but that does not take away from the fact that here what happened in our family. That was going on. Everything are going on long time. Even today, when you see a person like Futa a come and say him a come defend morality, there is no morality in dancehall for him defend. There is no morality. The only problem is it's the patriarchal, misogynistic construct, or the establishment of dancehall is based on a patriarchal, misogynistic construct where it was designed to what? To elevate the male, masculine dominated space and to suppress the female if they not subjugate themselves. Some of these females, they had a very liberation mindset. So they want to express themselves. So there is no rule that says that a man should say, oh, because it's a female artist, she can't sing this. But because it's a male artist, he can get away with it. It's just the hypocrisy with parenting out family. You get what me I say?
Yeah, man, I'm not denying that, but I'm just saying the root, I was getting to the root of it, The root of it all is coming from the society itself. Because what I'm saying is that it's not something, as I said before, the music is a reflection of certain subsections of the society, right? And I'm saying if this is what the society is doing, then it's going to reflect in the music. We have a patriotic kind of society. Same thing applicable in the music. We bring it over into the music. You understand? So that is the real point. So all you said just now, that is what I'm getting at.
So
So
I said something a while ago.
Mhm.
before you continue, I said something a while ago. You said the music is a reflection of a subsection of what going on in society.
Right.
Right? And the females them I do the same thing. It's a reflection of what going on in society. And I said the moral bashing I come from because of society. So I don't understand.
No, I
No.
think Cash, are you saying that based on the perception and based on the status quo? Based on the status quo, based on the demographic of dancehall, I want to say dancehall are more like poor people, ghetto youth kind of thing. So we are
Yeah,
saying
and it's
even
a
when we knew say uptown people might have to do them something there. In the dancehall space, in the ghetto space, they would have burn out a man if them know say a man I do that back then. You get me? I say, but no, we're talking about 2022.
yeah, I know me I talk about.
Yeah, there
I
is
know,
no justification for nobody come talk about say yo to put morality in a way a Dovey Magnum a sing about. It's just not
yeah, cause
possible.
me not understand it, bro. I swear.
It's not possible. It's not possible because guess what now? The woman them a do it, the man them a do it, you know, big time. So in 2022, we can understand if it's a 1990s, early 2000, a man might say, yeah, man, that not really prevalent in the society, in our dancehall space, in our demographic. But
Yeah, it
now
would
in a 2022, that's
yeah,
null and void.
it's a big reflection of society right now.
Facts.
Yeah, so me not understand it.
So why is there a need? Why is there a need for even try to go against something that is not even relevant? Because here we go now. People are do that. People have the freedom to do it. Women are more empowered. Women are free to express themselves from the patriarchal, misogynistic society that was based on a religious construct. So it was more from a religious perspective, you know. Why enough man even stands against it? You understand what I say? So in
Even
2022, when women are free, women are do them thing, man are do it to them are do it to man. No. That's like a foolish dog barking at flying bird.
So hold on. Me ask a question. Cause it's a topic oh yeah talk about. It's the whole nastiness quote unquote them call. If a woman them a sing about it, right? It obviously means that somebody are doing it. And more assumes that them are doing it willingly. You get what I say?
True.
Yeah, and when I say that the whole bashing it is misogynistic. But you know, I'm not just woman alone it affect. It will affect man them who want to do it, who can't free, who not free to express for themselves.
Yeah, Cash, but
Agree?
remember say, one of the biggest flag bearer where I burn out everything about that. Him did that do it long time. All when him a do it, him a burn it out. You get what I say, family? So you see this angle where them a come from to say if a woman sing about it in a dance hall, it's wrong. But when the man them sing about it and them something, they remember say Vybz Kartel are one of the biggest dancehall artists and have one bag of followers, right? And remember say Vybz Kartel them sing about that. You ever hear the same people them will come out and about the woman them come forward and I say, yo, Vybz Kartel that's shaky? No. It's the hypocrisy and it's the misogynistic approach to the whole argument, and that's my problem, like family.
Andrew Newby saying that General Echo sing pure slackness long time. Western, big up yourself, Greg Brown. Thanks for joining. Tiffany, bless up yourself just the same. People remember to like the video, like the live stream, like up the live stream. So which part we're reaching our reasoning, Imhotep?
No, we not talk about say how it's so prevalent in the society. Even in the dancehall space, it is prevalent. It is. Right? But at the same time, we are going like say, boy, it not going.
For real. And a years it have gone for not just today's date or yesterday's date, years.
It's correct.
And
So
you know,
yes.
if you see, boy, I mean, I know.
It's correct,
As
Nat.
me
So
say,
my position is all right, let's say probably 20 years ago, yeah, a man can burn it out, or it's 10 years ago. But in 2022, me no feel say that's justifiable for a man to go attack a woman because she want to express herself. Women should be free and empowered to express themselves. You understand me? I say? And them free
True.
to sing where they want to sing about. Just as how their male counterpart is free to sing about down in a girl throat and she fi swallow it and this and that. You understand me? I say? They should be free to express themselves. Because sometimes too, people say what? Oh, music imitates life and music is art and whatever. So why is it only applicable to females when them sing about certain things? Uno run come out here. Uno run come out about it out. But when the man them sing about it, uno nah about it out too. And there's some other problem with.
For real, man. So Imhotep, you need to just divert into the state of the place.
Yeah, and we can talk about the state of dancehall, nuts, because at the end of the day, I'm nuts.
Yeah.
When you look at dancehall, you have to look at dancehall from a twofold nature. What it was to what it has become, from the embryonic stage to, the evolutionary stage to what it is now. And you look on dancehall back then, all right, there was the dancehall music. It did clean, very good production, very good lyrical content, right? In 2022, we can say, well, dancehall is more about, like a darker side, so to speak, whereas, man, I sing about what? Clap out man head back and this and that. So most of the happy music when the inner dancehall back then, it's not that prevalent now. You realize it's more hardcore, so to speak. Dancehall has evolved into like a hardcore genre where, it's all about, sex and drugs and guns, blah, blah, blah. So you realize that right now, in terms of dancehall's evolution, we have to judge the growth of dancehall or the state of dancehall as it relates to how the artists are doing on the international scene. Because locally, every dancehall artist objective is to do what? Make it to the international scene. We are in the social media age.
Hold on, the Imhotep. Hold on.
Yeah.
Say that we want to reach on the international stage.
Well, I would think that's the goal and objective of almost every dancehall artist.
Every single one of them.
Hold on, I'm going to finish.
If you say up my money, not one of them are turn it down, bro.
I'm going to finish.
Every single one of them. Yeah, continue.
So I'm going to say, I say, the dog never sing about gun and drugs and all of that. But international artists, them man, the place where they want to reach, them artists where they're right, them think that them sing about. So, I'm going to say, I'm going to ask if I the content. Why? Because look on a song like The Weeknd, the song my name, I Can Feel My Face. A cocaine man I sing about, Cocaine. And that is on the top chart for whom that's an example. Because that pop up right up. So I say I see them content and it's a different genre, but the content I see them.
Yeah,
So
but
you have to also look on what is culturally acceptable. Remember say remember say dancehall music have to cross boundaries, cultural boundaries, and already we are singing a patois and them not understand what we are saying in terms in
correct.
with difference with a man we are singing in a American language, an American English or American slang, which is more understandable and more relatable to their culture.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because these things, for the example with where you give about a song there, we are singing about cocaine. Cocaine is an acceptable drug in a many of these countries. You get me I say? And so it will more be, people will more be drawn to that kind of sound, because it's more relatable to them. Dancehall now, as for dancehall now, we have to transcend boundaries in terms of we have to break down the different cultural differences and we have to kind of, fine tune the music that it is more, palatable to them.
Palatable. We can say it's more palatable,
right.
meaning so well them can understand it because at the end of the day, family.
Right.
All right, Cash. Just to piggyback on what you said, right? Rick Ross, when he sang the song BMF, right? You know,
Yeah.
when he said, it's like I'm Big Meech, I'm Larry Hoover.
Yeah,
He
man,
sang a
yeah, man.
line. He sang a line where say what? Cocaine flowing through my thick veins. You get what I'm saying? Now, the Americans in the rap space or the hip hop space, they can relate to that, so that's okay for them. The dancehall music, in terms
So,
of the lyrical content and its expression and enunciation, a lot of people in the North American
so,
and European
so,
space.
so, so, hold on. So, that wouldn't be the content. That wouldn't be content. Cause I see them content, drugs or whatever. Or is it because of potwa?
No, I am saying based on the enunciation, right? A Rick Rassa sing about it is different from a person speaking patois saying the same thing in a different space. You get what I'm saying, family? Remember, I said dancehall is more based on what? It's most based on Jamaican patois. So at the end of the day, right, in order for it to connect and be palatable for certain audience, they have to can understand it, not even to relate to it, but they have to understand it. So that's the big difference with a dancehall going into the American market. Because if you look at a Sean Paul, right, you look at a Sean Paul, so to speak. When Sean Paul come forward and he did Give Me the Light, enough people never understand what I say still, but the whole rhythm and them thing there, the whole rhythm, right? And then now the whole compilation, people gravitated to dancehall in that way. A Supercat, a Shabba Ranks, right? A lot of their
So,
music,
so you would
people
have
couldn't
said,
relate to it though.
the sound them gravitate to instead of the lyrics. Because since they don't know what they must say, basically. Because
Because a lot, but if you feel look for most of the songs we crossover though. Enough of the time I like the hook them know like one part one line in the song and that's it. They not really know the words of the song, but them love the beat, them love the sound and them
True.
fascinated by it.
okay, so let's say the sound.
Mm-hmm.
True, yeah. The whole quality of the production and the hook and them things there. That is
That's
what
all the
it's a
content.
catchy. It's the catchy, the catchy verse and them something there. While like a catchy line. A lot of people gravitated to that because it had that unique flavor to it. Right?
Right.
Now with our Jamaican artists, right? We look at even the Jamaican hardcore dancehall artists. Who we see a crossover to a point where we can say, yeah, them thing gone. I'm talking about like the younger ones there. All right, yeah, we can say yeah, a Vibes Cartel, we can say a Massacre, we can say other ones and ones. But when we look at the lyrical content, right? Some of it can't play on the top radio stations them. Most of them top stations them hear it, them not go play it. Is the truth?
Why?
Them not go
Why?
play it.
Why?
Because they have a market for that with the King Van them and the little them and the rest of them in America. Them man they are sing about that already, and people can relate and understand what them are saying. And people more connect to what them man they are sing about. Are the same thing. When our Jamaican artists are sing about clap out man head and this and that, them are sing about that already. So at the end of the day, there is nothing unique about what our dancehall artists are present when they are saying the same thing as these young NBA young boy and the one of them. Not no new. And I'm saying people can more relate to what them man they are saying in comparison to a Skeng a come forward or any young Jamaican hardcore dancehall artist saying the same thing. So that's why certain radio stations them don't see that as being unique for them to push it forward. So previously the dancehall music that was put forward and got the acceptance and the international space, it had that unique style to it that people liked in comparison to what we're putting forward now. If you look on a Skilly Bang, people like the wap 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 wap. They don't know nothing else about it, but them like the wap 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 because it is unique.
I wonder, I wonder if the style or the lyrics or what. Because as I said, them already have people that are singing about busing, whatever, the American genre. Then. So lyrics, there's a cross out. So I know the lyrics. Bam. As I say now, the style. Because the same Skilly Bang Wap song, Gunny Man I sing about, but the style different.
Right. And me remember when Skillibeng Wap Wap did just release, it never take off out here. Most
Member
people
say
never like it out here.
nuts. Member say the same footer hype. Did burn out
Mm-hmm.
wap and say F-free.
Yeah.
Enough people did say F-free. But what
Even me.
it catchy. It
Even though me
catchy.
still not understand what it a say, me not like it.
Yeah, me it's a fucker as
Yeah,
well.
exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the song do it for the man. And
But
it
it do
sound
what
different.
it do, and you can't
Yeah.
deny that. You know?
Yeah. As I said, unique. I think right. When I say that still we need something unique because yeah, something unique. Not just lyrics, but everything that I feel is unique.
Facts, Cash,
Yeah.
facts. We have it, and I think as well, like some of the good producers, some of the real genuine producers, them need to go back to the drawing board as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And start identify the niche market and identify why the dancehall music that was so dominant. Dancehall was dominant in the North American space for a while, whereas
When? Give
dancehall
me
artists
era.
could. Yeah?
Give me era when you were dominant.
Johnny Parker say you guys are straying now from the point. I don't understand. Me not say.
What's the point?
No,
I
we're
don't
talking
want.
about the state of dancehall, so I mean, I
Yeah,
understand
so
how
we know
straight
we're not
comes in.
stray. Maybe in think true we not say all right, Ray. Yeah man. We kind of finish off of the footer little argument for now and we just talk about the current state of dancehall overall. So we're not stray man.
Yeah, so I mean, when you look at all right, there was a time period where actually you had Shabba Ranks, Super Cat,
I went them time. Give me give me
yeah,
a time.
we can say in
Well,
the 90s and even early
nine.
2000s. Remember, say you'd have Shaggy, Sean Paul, Mr. Vegas. Them man, they did get a good run. Whereas
When I went
dancehall,
But
I when you
hold
yeah,
on, before not going any further, I have to agree with Singer He's saying that our music just being programmed out of the algorithm and none of us can do anything about it. I mean, I agree with him to some extent, based on some, if you watch the whole trend of things, you will understand. I can't continue still.
yeah, but not remember, the the algorithm is going to react. Remember, the algorithms are reactive. It's a reactionary program, right? So if an artist
yeah,
put forward music and it get all a million likes and views and whatever,
yeah,
the
man.
algorithm can only go with the reaction.
Yeah. I like word of mouth. Is it?
Word.
But it go back to him.
Jamon, big up yourself, Jamon. So where the link, it's pinned. Look in the comment section, it's pinned there, StreamYard, whatever. Can continue.
Yeah, so me I ask you him a tip. Them runs there, all right, early 2000 and so have you. So me I say now, when you think dancehall style go down in a downward spiral.
All right. I think even just before like the pandemic, right? Just before the pandemic as well. I think the pandemic kind of really stifled dancehall away. There was like a 2 year hiatus. You understand what I say?
So that's it. A COVID because now me I hit no yeah, the same argument we are here about right now. We been hear this before COVID. It's a
Well,
dancehall, this and dancehall that thing.
no, well, Cash. Well, let's look at the numbers, right? And let's look at dancehall in say even the early 2000s, say until about 2005 or 6. You get what I say? I think that was the period, right? Even 05, 06, dancehall that get a strength because even Movado them are do collaboration. Early 90s, 2000, yeah, Bunty
Yeah,
Killer, Beanie Man. No. When you look at at 2010, 2012, from the period there, you realize that I don't know if it's by design, but dancehall never get that international traction there where it did forget. You understand me? I said, because at the end of the day, right, we understand, so you see, based on the North American market, right, it's based on exploitation as well, right? It's also based on what them want to allow in terms of the lyrical content. So I think within that period, within that 2010 period, there was not a lot of like say happy music, so to speak. Like all a Sean Paul, a Shaggy, and Mr. Vegas. It was more like the hardcore dancehall where you know man talk about rifle and this and that. So at the end of the day, that kind of music, I don't think it was very palatable to the North American market because they had that type of music out there. Sean Paul and Shaggy and you know the rest of them and Mr. Vegas, they could go
So
in because what they were
what
presenting was a bit different.
what you think? What you think caused a change in the type of music?
The change was more based on the consumer intake. People was more attracted to the hardcore dancehall lyrics. Cause you know Cartel and Movado and Idonia, the whole of them are dominate the space. You understand me? I say. So I think it was more based on the acceptance of the masses that listen me. This is where we like the real Cartel are the man, Movado are the man. I'm talking about like a 2008 to what I call like them region there. You get me? I say,
Yeah.
06, 07, 08, Cartel and Movado dominate that space there. I do when you have him little busy. The whole of them, you get me? I say, Beanie Man, it was more like a hardcore music. But at the
Hold on
same
there.
time,
Ed, me just see it. Sorry. You can go ahead. Sorry. Continue, Imhotep. Sorry. Eddie me did a see to say him device need for connect. So him me did a go tell, but it connect. Eddie, you hearing me?
Yeah, Nat. I jam on this. Eddie Garden side.
I true me say Eddie come up
Yeah, my
connect.
phone now connect. I don't know why.
Okay, where you going with?
There, man.
Before you say anything, Velma had said that badness always preaching dancehall, and with social media, everyone has a shot to expose themselves. Maybe it's just a overdump of badman artists and not enough artists that makes dancing music to balance. To balance, I think.
yeah, Nat,
The
you
early
hearing me?
2000s, man.
Yeah, may I hear you?
I would agree with Velma to an extent, you know, because you know, like if you look at a Sean Paul and you know a Shaggy and Mr. Vegas when they kind of went international, it was more like a happy kind of you know dancing music that was relatable. I never know really you know gangster thing and no you know gunman tune and no hardcore dark side of dancer so to speak. You know, like what we have realized that the dark side of dancehall has never ever broken out into the international space. Not really. It was more like them kind of dancing music, them happy music. Then, if you look on even like a ding dong now, you can't say what ding dong are one of the few people who are dealing with the happy music, so to speak. And you know, within that time, right? The Sean Paul, the Shaggy, the rest of them, it was a different type of music in comparison to the hardcore gun lyrics in the dancehall that they used to even make their breakthrough on the international stage.
Yeah, I agree.
Right.
I agree because me I look on artists like Elephant Man. You see, an Elephant Man used to run in place. Cause if you could have considered Elephant Man a rapper one night time, and I just dancing song and happy music.
So
Yeah,
Johnny Parker is saying that and it program out of the algorithm because of some of the same problem we're having today. For example, policing people, bedroom and life. I not understand what.
yeah, Cash. If you look on even Ramping Shop, right? Ramping Shop made it into the international space, so to speak, because of the lyrical content. As bad as Cartel was, which one of him baddest dancehall tune made it over here?
Um, And not just because I content. Because I see the ramping shop there. Because I didn't really be where they find the whole time
Word.
that it dropped still.
Yeah,
Enough
but
song
Cash.
they have like that.
But Cash.
But
Cash.
yeah.
Remember say enough other dancehall artists do beats where were hits in the North American space, and it not gone away. Meaning that it only stayed in the local spectrum. Whole heap of dancehall artists, right, go up on the American beats. Whole heap of them. But Ramping Chap, even though it was on a rhythm where Neo had a hit song on, right?
Brother, not just any beat in the fun, brother.
So
I
Stinger
understand
was
that.
there.
Yeah, it was
Stinger was. I disagree with you. You say Ramping Shop made it because Neo song was #1 in the world. It
And
has
that me just
nothing to
say,
do with cartel.
that me just say, Cartel have little and he have something to do with
no,
that. Because I'm singing song, but effort, get
it was,
every effort.
it was a
But
combination.
what
It was
I
a
would say,
combination of both things.
Well, I let me
what
hear where
yes.
hold on, Timothy. Make him go ahead. I'm hardly
It was a
talk. Let me hear what
it
I
was
say.
a combination of both things because if
Yeah.
the song if the content of the song what the lyrics weren't saying wasn't good, it wouldn't gone away. You could have put you could have done a bad in the world.
Yeah, some I say him to get some props, but not like
True. But the
yeah.
song was good, the content was good, the combination itself, it was a well put together combination with
No,
the beat
when I
and the
already talk,
content.
when I know,
Collaboration
Major
itself with him and Spice made the song. Yes, the rhythm had a lot to do, the beat had a lot to do with it, no doubt. But I am saying, if what him and Spice put how them collab on the rhythm wasn't good, it wouldn't make Billboard charts. It wouldn't
All
it
right, so
wouldn't cause
Cash.
Neo's label to feel threatened by the song to the point where them issue them with a cease and desist. Where them have to
All
actually
right.
take the song off of the rhythm.
Yeah.
yeah,
What
that's
I
true.
would say, family, right? If a Vibes Cartel did sing a gun tune, Panda lyrics, Panda rhythm there, can we agree that it would have had the same impact? Maybe not, right?
No.
I don't know.
So again,
Probably in
the
our market,
lyrical
probably
content,
locally,
huh?
it would.
But remember, say, even Cartel did have a mixtape with Arif Cooper, man, where him have a portion to 50 Cent rhythm and them sitting there in a family. You get me? I say. What me I say is that the lyrical content with him and Spice Panda rhythm there, that took it from the local space to the international space. Because if them did a sing about no gun and this and that, me not think it would even cross it. It couldn't cross it.
Yeah, man, the lyrics was befitting the rhythm.
Word.
Yes.
Jamon,
Yeah, man, I'm there.
yeah, your time to say something.
My time. Hold on.
Velma said, remember when Tommy Lee was in that satanic phase? All these things contributed, even when Alkaline and the world believe in the tattoo his eye. All these things contributed to the current state of dancehall. What have to say about that?
Yeah, it contribute to the current state, of course. Everything we have in our past contribute to our going right now. No get on it.
Okay. Please forgive me,
Yeah,
sir.
but
From the 80s dancehall and liquor foreign, from Florida to New York to Canada to England, without radio or social media, we're not too young to know really how far the thing gone gone astray. Bashment want start turn it. Something to
And I have
that
to
effect.
understand, say, and not just dancehall alone exists. So when we attack, we just talk about dancehall.
Yeah, man.
Meanwhile, other things are going in our world will affect what going on with dancehall. We are
all right.
talking about what we think internal because it's a whole ecosystem. You see me, I say it's a whole society. Everything connect. Everything what happen in our world connect. World change and dancehall change. If I get how me I say, I don't know if I get.
Yeah, and
Let me check
now
So,
I say something. One quick thing, and it relates to the whole change your question of speak about. All right, people, we like to, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't embrace the successes of dancehall from the time of its inception to now, or to whatever time we feel that it fell off. But we have to understand the persons who were consuming that music at that time are different from the people who are consuming the music now.
Much.
And I'm saying, is it that people are saying that we could continue to produce and sing dancehall music the way it was being sung in the 80s, 90s, early 2000s to the present consumers of the music, and they would have still accepted it?
The way it is being distributed is very different.
Not even the way it's been distributed, the way it's being produced, the way in which them sing the song them. We could have come back with the same 90s style, you know, and the 80s style, how them when they used to sing back them time there.
No,
And
different
believe
time.
they would have captured this current
Every
generation.
genre of music,
That kind
everybody
of
have to change.
No, man, I think yes. Because nuts.
Eh,
I don't know if you see the Ecamos show what keep the other day. I don't know if you know
No.
see that.
We're not having seen it.
No.
And him still a sing him the same way. All the new song them why him have, him still a sing it the same way. And so see the white people them I sing to him new song them. And the said style him have. So me not think if a DJ change him style now and if him sing it back then, I think at the same thing if him
you know,
sing it.
But look, that different. That
because you can't
yes.
expect or him style.
Let me
Everybody
explain how
can
that
talk
different.
one time in the ear. Me not hear when nobody has say. Hold
Go
on,
ahead.
hold
Go
on,
ahead.
hold
Go
on.
ahead.
Hush,
Go ahead.
hold on. Who a talk?
All right,
May I
sir.
yeah, go ahead. But after you finish, me explain why it's different. Go ahead. Go
All
ahead.
right, cool.
All right. That is what he saying earlier. I speak alluding to one artist. Most artists not change them style. I'm talking about the new crop of artists. The new
Yes.
crop of artists. So you're saying to me that other artists that follow will come and sound like Ika Mouse and live in an
Yeah.
Ika Mouse style?
Yeah, brother. Yeah, I same thing with the other ask.
No, and my question would be as well: is Ecamos considered a dancehall artist?
Of course.
No,
But all right.
we consider everybody dancehall artist once them come from Jamaica. You
Yeah,
know, matter if
well,
the artist come and say them on a dancehall me I do, is as if I tell you, we have a thing about we believe that once we come from Jamaica, we're supposed to sing this way and we're supposed to represent this way. And me even hear Futa I beat Shensi about it, because Shensi came out and said she's not just looking to remain as a dancehall artist, she's looking to fuse and how our music is done. But it's like we have this thing in our head, say, okay, we come from Jamaica, we have to do dancehall,
stuck in our box.
stuck in our box. And if an artist divert and try to do something different, it's like we give them a bashing and say, oh no, them are not, you know, this are not dancehall. We have that belief. So we come from Jamaica. Ika Mouse is a crossover artist. Been a crossover artist from a long time. All of these artists cross over. And made their music consumable to the audience overseas.
Right.
And there are different ways of doing this. It's just that we just think that, I'm not saying that there wasn't a formula or there isn't a formula to it, but we need to give the artists them room to breathe and to explore their own talents and see where it takes them. Because music, the thing is, you know, anything a man sing, you know, any music at all, you know, there's going to be an audience for it, you know. Even if a man come and say ABC 1 2 3, you know, the world might not take on to it, but he's gonna have an audience. And that's what music is. We have to just accept music as it is, because music it transcends a lot of all different understanding of how people want to think it is. Because anything can be music. And the thing is, we are limiting ourselves here in Jamaica and in our own industry, in dancehall and reggae. We have limited ourselves to how the music should be done. And I think that is contributing to the downfall, and we are not very adaptable to change, because that is the problem we're having now. The music is changing and we don't want to change with it. We still want stuck in the 80s and the 90s music.
You know,
I agree with you.
which
Yeah,
other
we're
genre
stuck.
change?
We're stuck.
Genre change. Reggae
But
and
yeah,
dancehall is our thing.
yeah, and I think the people them who want the thing to stay in the 90s and them thing, are the people who grew up in them time. So at them time, we have to them
Naturally.
happy moment.
Naturally.
Yeah, lose control,
Naturally.
man.
So I understand it, but
No,
we
but
have
me
to
can
just
ask a question.
Velma made a point in the comment section, and I agree with her. She said, music tells stories of our lives and surroundings. So, as much as we blame
Our
artists,
culture.
they only sing about the things that go on in society.
Round of applause to that again.
yes. But we're not. It's just it's alright. When it come on to music, it's not just what all about what them are sing about. It's how them are sing about it as well because it have to do with sound and because of music, so it have its sound now here. Not particularly what them are say. Cause yeah,
Yeah.
them are because music overall, we not do that because that is music, but it have its sound a certain way.
Whether the rhythm or whatever.
Yeah, so
Yeah, Cash. And what I would say is that I think what contributed to the demise of dancehall, so to speak, as well, is the perception that it's homophobic in nature. Cause remember, from Buju to Beanie to Bunty to Cape Town Sizzler, these people were blacklisted in the
Yeah.
in the in the international market because of the homophobic content at the time. So
That are the few
um,
artists.
these gatekeepers in the international market, they deliberately suppressed dancehall because the general perception was that the content is homophobic in its nature, and I'm happy that most of the artists them lego off of
Say
that, them
again.
realize that here going on that now go nowhere, leave it alone, right, and focus on music where people can relate to, because they deliberately suppress dancehall to an extent because of the homophobic content. So according to them, once them hear dancehall, they must say, "Oh, this is the genre, that is homophobic." So even themselves, they suppress the dancehall music for a period as well. Even trying to get
Right.
apology where they held a certain artist hostage and say,
For
"Well,
certain
you have
artists.
to apologize or else." Some
Reggae
artists as
dancehall
so
well.
will
so
not be come to
Yeah,
them
you
so
know,
artists.
you would have agree say them start do that at a certain time because when me I listen to music still the 90s music where them say are the best era. I bear that him and them sing about brother. Like we can play music for 1 week straight. I just man a burn out about him and for 1 week straight we can in the night and the 90s music I talk. So may I say
Yeah,
if them
yeah.
start if them start put a lock on the door after a certain time on this
No,
homophobic.
what
all
happened?
right.
Yeah.
Before you say anything, Imhotep, Tiffany says, I don't think it would be fair to blame the current state on a particular artist. We have to look at the socio-economic state of the whole world. More madness than ever before, people singing their reality. You can go ahead, Imhotep.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, Cash, right? Yes, that was prevalent when man abono them people, right? But here what happened now? It never went internationally. The problem was when these artists were booked for international shows. That are when the alphabet people them start decide so them are gonna target them. So even like a Buju Banton, boom bye bye, right? That went international in the family. But like most of the Bunty, the Beanie, the Cape Town, the Sizzler them, they garnered the attention because they were booked to perform in certain spaces. And that was when the LGBTQ people them targeted these artists. And that is when it brought the attention to even the genre of dancehall being homophobic. So even though a whole heap of arts are sing about it in the 90s and early 2000s, it was limited to the local sphere. And when them book them now, the LGBT people them say, here we go, we're going to target the whole of them. And they had to cancel these shows, or they had to cancel their appearances on these shows because they were targeted. So it wasn't as if like, even though the music was being put forward in the local sphere, it wasn't being international. And when them book them for the shows, them know that are when people realize that you're going out, these artists are quote unquote homophobic. And that's where the downward spiral started as well, because the perception was the biggest dancehall artists in Jamaica were homophobic. And you talk about a Buju, a Sizzler, a Cape, and a Beanie, a Bunty. You get what I say?
Stinger was say, I think Cash is right, which is the same reason why they ban most of those artists. Hardball, big up yourself. Informer used to sit, but serious too. Me not get used. Me not get that. But big up.
So,
You're saying something, Cash?
the whole dancehall thing, you only can, with me still, me only can suggest what I like if it happens still. Because, and like I said, none of this ever happened before. Like, first, everything I see, first, I see all of this. Right?
Your phone I go in and out. Me not know why. Cash?
Yeah, I hear me now. Clearly.
No, you're the down in our hole.
Because that man there better.
It sound better now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, myself. All me can do right now, I just watch and just hope for the best, because
For real.
this what happened right now, it never happened before, and I like something will happen and we need recover, and we can use that as say, oh, okay, we have hope or whatever. But this never happened before, so we just have to just go on and support the artists and support the music and support each other and leg off for the crab in a barrel thing. You see me? Because right now, are we greatest enemy right now? Obviously.
I mean, I think the crab in a barrel mentality I got ever stop, you know. One of them thing there. But as we get closer to the end of the live stream, persons in Canada or US, because US they close by Canada, no so? Or even persons in Jamaica who are got the show later, Canada, Alkaline will be performing live. So to I think Beanie Man up on the same show and somebody else.
Yeah.
But go on out, man, I enjoy yourself, represent and come back and tell who are going at the show, right? Yeah, right. So persons on the panel can give them final say before we leave.
All right. Yeah, Nats. Let me just say this. Based on the international music structure, there's a pyramid system.
Yeah.
So it's not as if dancehall is, in the same group as a hip hop or rapper or whatever. So for these, labels and these groups in, the North America and the European region, dancehall is based on a tier system. So, let us not get misled by thinking that dancehall is in the same tier as a hip hop or a rap. They don't do that. Them kind of separate dancehall and then segregate dancehall, and as such, sometimes it's reflected in the streaming numbers as well. As the person said, them have them algorithms, them have a tier system. So dancehall, right, might be second tier or third tier, and it is treated as such as well.
All right. Big up yourself, Imhotep, and thanks for pass through, bad bro.
Yeah, man, give
Cash?
thanks. Big up on yourself, everybody.
Yeah, man.
Bless up, bro. Cash?
Yeah, so I go and support the artists them. And
Right, that's all.
Yeah.
Lone Madness reach 1 mil. Good luck. Bless up everybody. Yeah. Cash gone. Jamon or Xerex, me can't pronounce your name.
Xerex.
Xerex. All right.
Well, me have not much further to say on the topic, but me just want to commend you on the work where you do in terms of your vlog and stuff.
Yeah.
Just to keep up the good work.
Thanks much, my dear.
I hope I will be able to make you'll have more of these live streams to discuss different topics, and especially when it relates to the whole music and stuff, because there are a lot of things going on all the time, and so
Yeah.
it's nice. So I just want to commend you and just to keep encourage you to keep up the good work, okay?
Yeah, man. Blessings. Thanks much. Will do. More live stream. We always have live, maybe twice per week or one time, but we always step out if I even one time for the week. So you will catch us one at a time. Blessings.
Cool. Bless up. Cool.
Yeah, Jamon. I guess Jamon is not there. But bless up everybody for tuning in. Thanks very much for the support. It was a great topic of discussion. We had a great
That's
live. Hold on the Jamon. We had a great live and we must thank to the people them were forward out in the comment section and send them 2 piece and add such an interaction. I am grateful to all the new subscribers. Masuno, blessings. Thanks to subscribe to the channel. Persons who are still here, remember to subscribe and like the channel before you leave. Jamon says something. Go through Jamon.
Yes, Nat. Sorry about that. You have to cuss Eddie when you see him, yeah? I feel fault.
Yeah, man, that good. Blessings
Yeah, man.
and walk good. I can't left for now.
Yeah, man.